Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kwame, and today we're basically going to look at sort of visas you guys can use to migrate to Australia. I'm going to give a quick overview, and I'm also going to compare these visas. So if you're watching and you're thinking of migrating to Australia and you're kind of confused in regards to the sort of visa for you to go, then this video is for you. When I say compare, we'll be comparing in regards to the cost, the processing times, how easy or difficult is it to obtain this visa, whether the visa will give you working rights, and also the age limit in regards to the visa. So if this is something you guys are looking out for, then please do not miss any parts of this video. Before we do this deep dive, please know that I'm not a registered migration agent, so please use any advice in this video as general advice only. Without talking too much, let's get right into it. Welcome back to this side, guys. So just know that with every information I'm going to share in this video, when you go to the homeaffairs.gov.au, you know Australia is so generous to the point that they have every single information on their Home Affairs website. Okay, so this is where I also get most of my information from. So if you want to do further research in regards to anything I'm going to talk about in this video, please head to homeaffairs.gov.au. Okay, when you come here, you see they've got Department of Home Affairs. So you can basically go here, click on visas. And this what do you call it? This website is powerful, guys. It gives you every detail you would need. So when you come here, find the right visa. We have the tourist visa, study, work, permanent residence, joint partner or family, stay longer, refugee and humanitarian, all other visas. So you find every information here. So I'll also highly suggest you do a further deep dive in regards to what I'm going to tell you guys in this video today. Without talking too much, let's get right into it. So I've got like a little presentation here, and as I said, to compare the visas, we'll be looking at the cost, processing times, how easy or difficult it is to obtain this visa, whether the visa will give you working rights, and also the age limit. I believe this is what most people will be looking out for in regards to thinking of how to migrate to Australia. So the first on the list is tourist visa or visit visa. Okay, so when we look at the cost involved, this is the most affordable visa ever, and I'm also talking about the visa subclass 600. So this is very affordable. When you look at the processing time, so within a week to maximum 6 weeks, depending on the sort of stream you select when applying for the visa, you get your visa outcome, whether you've gotten a visa grant or visa refusal. Is it easy or difficult? If you meet all the requirements, it's, I'll say, moderate. Okay, they don't just give out these visas to everyone. Some will be lucky, yeah, to get a visa grant straight away, and also it depends on your country of passports. Yeah, but in a nutshell, I'll say it's kind of moderate. If you meet the requirements, then it should be easy for you to get a visa grant. Does this visa gives you working rights? No. So you are not allowed to work on visa subclass 600. You are coming here for a short stay. You are coming here for a holiday. Okay, so this visa does not allow you to work. What it does allow you to do is to maybe study for up to 3 months. Okay, this visa does not allow you to work. This visa does not allow you to work. I've had a lot of people that ask me this question. Okay, is there any age limit for this visa? There is no age limit for visa subclass 600. Again, if you want more information, head to the Home Affairs website and go and do a deep dive for yourself. I've also done like a detailed video in regards to how to apply for this visa on my channel. I'll leave a link down below. Next on the list is, of course, student visa subclass 600. So in regards to cost, this visa can be somewhat expensive. Okay, so why am I saying expensive? Because there's a lot that goes into this. One, you have to make sure you have a down payment of your tuition fee. Most of the universities and colleges here, you have to put a down payment of at least the first semester fee. Okay, you also have overseas health insurance. You have to make sure you have these organized. You also have to pay the visa lodgement fee. So when you add up all these, it's not that cheap. Okay, so if you want to come and study here in Australia, make sure you have the right funding to pursue your journey to come and study in Australia. Processing times is also really quick. Okay, so you'll be looking around 2 to 12 weeks to get your visa outcome. How easy is the process? I think it's a bit moderate. What I say moderate is you have to go through one, the university or college application. Two, we have something called a GS requirement. You need to prove that you're a genuine student. And three, you apply for the visa. So this is basically in 3 stages. But if you meet the requirements and you pass the GS requirements, then the process should be easy for you. Do you have working rights? Yes, you can work part-time up to 24 hours per week whilst you are studying, and you can work full-time when you are on uni break or uni holiday. So yes, you are allowed to work whilst on a student visa. Any age limit? There is no age limit for student to apply for a student visa, but of course you have to make sure you meet the requirement. Okay, next on the list is skilled migration visa. I think most people term this as work visa. Yeah. So skilled migration visa subclass 189. This is an independent visa. When you get granted this visa, you'll be able to live anywhere in Australia and work. You can also bring your family. The cost involved is a bit moderate. I'll say that. Because you have to get your skills assessment done and also expression of interest. And once you get nominated, you apply for the visa. Trust me, it's not very expensive. I'd say it's moderate because you are basically coming here straight away as a permanent resident. Processing time, you have to have the patience to wait and also to go through the process because you need to wait, get the skill assessment outcome. When you express your interest, depending on your points, you have to wait to get an invitation. And once you get an invitation and apply for the visa, you need patience to wait to get a visa outcome. Okay, so you'll be looking at around 12 to 18 months to get your visa outcome or to go through the process. How difficult is this? This is very difficult because this is based on a point system. The higher your points, the higher your chances of getting an invitation from Australia to come and live and work here with your family. So I'll say it's not easy. Working rights, of course, you are coming here straight away as a permanent resident, so you have full-time working rights. Age limit, you need to be up to 45 years. Okay, so when I say 45 years, you cannot be 45 years and go through the process. You need to make sure you are under the age of 45 before you go through the process. Next on the list is, of course, skilled migration, but this time visa subclass 190. So 190 basically means you are targeting a particular state in Australia to migrate to come and live and work. The process is also moderate. It's very similar to what they call it, the independent visa subclass 189. So 190, 189, very similar. 189 will allow you to live anywhere in Australia and work. 190, you have to go to a particular state to live and work. So you get an invitation from a particular state in Australia, and every state got their own like unique requirements you need to meet. Okay, so cost, I'll say, is moderate. Processing time, you'll be looking around 9 to 18 months to go through the process. How easy is this? I'll say is difficult, but the only advantage in regards to 190 over 189 is with 190 you get extra 5 points once you go through the once you express your interest. Okay, so this makes it a bit easier as compared to the 189, but again, it's not that easy. Working rights, you come here, you work full time. Again, there's an age limit. You need to be 45 or below, okay, to get a grant for this visa. We also have skilled migration visa subclass 491. Okay, so 4912 is the exact same thing, similar to 190 and 189, but I'll say this is by far the easiest out of these three. Okay, so cost involved too, I'll say is moderate. Processing time looking around 12 to 18 months. Easy or difficult, I'll say is moderate. Okay, because once you go through the process, and you express your interest, you get extra 15 points. So this will allow you to be selected, quickly. Work right, you are working full time, but this time around you have to stick to a regional area to live and work for at least 3 years before you apply for your 191, which will be your permanent residency visa. So I'll say this visa is really, really good. Okay, so if you're thinking of coming to live and work here, of course I'll highly suggest you target a regional area in Australia. The government have made it so people can go and move to the regional areas in Australia. Age limits, you have to be 45 and below to apply for this visa. Next on the list, we have the employer-sponsored visa. So visa subclass 482. This visa is affordable. Okay, why is it affordable? Because if you're fortunate enough to get a sponsor from an employer, most times the employer takes care of every single thing. Okay, they'll take care of all the expenses in regards to you migrating to Australia to come and live and work for that particular employer. So it's affordable. Processing time, you're looking around 2 to 9 months. Okay, is it easy or difficult? It's very difficult, guys, because you need to make sure you get an employer. So finding the employer is where the issue is, and also the employer will have to make sure they get the green lights from the government to sponsor someone. Okay, so finding an employer is where the issue is. It's very, very difficult to find an employer. Okay, but once you get an employer, you come in here to work full time for that particular employer. And age limit, there's no age limit, I'll say, but just bear in mind that if you want to move on to a permanent residence, because 482 is a temporary visa, but when you are moving on to a permanent residence visa, then you have to make sure you are under the age of 45 or under. Okay, they have special requirements for some sort of occupations. That's where the age limit will not basically affect you. Okay, but 482 no age limit, but when you are transitioning to a permanent residency, that's where the age limit might be an issue. Next on the list, we are almost done, guys. So next on the list is employer sponsored 494. So 494 basically means you are moving to a regional area to live and work for an employer. Cost is of course moderate. Again, it depends on when you find an employer. Processing time to be looking around 2 to 9 months. Okay. Difficult, how easy or difficult it is, I'll say it's also difficult. Again, you need to make sure you find an employer that is willing to sponsor you under visa subclass 494. Working right, you have full-time working right. Age limit to you have to be up to 45, with the exception of if you are targeting the Dharma areas. Okay, they've got concession, and this is where maybe you can stretch this to be around 50 to 55. Most of the Dharma areas, if you're around 50 to 55, you'll be able to apply for this visa. Most will say, what is the difference between 494 and 482? They are mostly similar. 482 allow you to work anywhere in Australia. 494, you have to stick to a regional area. And the advantage of a 494 to 482 is with 494, once you work for the employer for up to 3 years, you'll be able to transition to visa subclass 1N1, which is a permanent residency visa. Okay, yeah, and with 494, you don't need an employer to sponsor you. Yeah, once you hit that 3 years mark, straight away you'll be able to apply for 191 and you become a permanent resident. But it's not the same as 482. The 482, you have to wait for the employer to nominate you under 186 to become a permanent resident. And last but not the least, we have the family visa. This is by far the easiest visa. Okay, so family visa is when you are in a relationship with an Australian permanent resident or citizen. Okay, so I think, let's say for example, a partner visa. So if you're applying for a partner visa, this means you're in a relationship with an Australian permanent resident or citizen, and you can be either married or de facto. Okay, so the cost is a bit expensive. So when we look at the visa, just the visa fees, 2024 is around 9,000 and something Australian dollars, just the visa application fee. We also have like the child visas and also the parent visas. The parent visas can go up to like 48,000 Australian dollars, just the parent visa. So this can turn to be expensive. Processing time, you're looking at around 12 to 24 months. Okay. And difficulty or easy, this is very, very easy. So this all depends on your sponsor, the Australian permanent residency or citizen that is sponsoring you for you to come and join them. It's very, very easy. Once you can prove that your relationship is genuine with this person and continuing, then there shouldn't be any problems when applying for the visa. And working rights, you are coming here straight away. It's in two stages. Most are mostly in two stages. Either you're coming as a permanent resident or as a temporary resident first, then you transition to a permanent resident. Working rights, you have full-time working rights. Age limit, there is no age limit for these visa. So the family visa is also very attractive if, of course, you are in a relationship with an Australian permanent resident or citizen. So that's all for today, guys. In case you have any questions, please feel free to leave the question in the comment section. And Kwame, I'll try my best to reply to all your messages. In case you're thinking of migrating to Australia and need help, please feel free to email me. And if I'm able to, I'll take you through the process. I'll guide you through the process. And if you want help with the application, I'll suggest a registered migration agent, because in Australia only registered migration agents have the power to assist someone with the application. I'll only guide you and give you information. Okay. My name is Kwame. Any comments, leave in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in my next video. It's a bye for now.